Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the November Ordinary Council meeting. For those of you, the many of you that are frequent attendees here tonight will observe that things are a little bit different to normal. As we know, we've recently had council elections, and of course the 7 councillors elect sit in the front row of the gallery tonight. Our council is effectively disbanded on the 22nd of October, so the main task facing the council meeting tonight is the swearing in of the new councillors so that they can act. In addition, the position of mayor became vacant on the 22nd of October, and we will also be nominating a new mayor tonight. I shall move to, so until such a time happens, I will be the interim chair of the council meeting until we nominate the new mayor. Moving to item number 2 of the agenda, it's worth reminding everyone that all council meetings are filmed with both video and audio being recorded. Video recording is focused on councillors and staff, while audio from the entire room is captured. By speaking during question time or at any time, you consent to your voice and any comments you make being recorded. In common with all narrative in a council meeting, verbal responses to congratulations, obituaries and question time will not be recorded in the written minutes of council. Of course, the full meeting is available and is live streamed on our YouTube channel, and a recorded version is archived immediately after every council meeting. The reason that we do this, of course, is like everything we do, we strive to do business better, and this is to improve transparency of decision making to all, and of course to ensure that whatever we say here can be replayed for eternity, to make sure that what we say we do, we actually do. I'll now stand to read item 3 of the agenda, which is the acknowledgement of traditional custodians and recognition of all people. The Alpine Shire Council acknowledges the traditional owners of the land we are now on. We also acknowledge those people who have contributed to the rich fabric of our community and strive to make wise decisions that will improve the quality of life for all. Thank you. Normally at this stage of the council meeting we would move to agenda item number 4, which is confirmation of the minutes of the previous meeting. In that we do not have a council or a group of councillors that are able to act as councillors yet, we will hold the adoption of the October 4th meeting minutes in abeyance until the 6th of December meeting, at which point we will adopt both the October and November minutes. Item number 5, apologies. There are no apologies for tonight's meeting, and I'm joined by our 2 directors, Ms. Green and Mr. Bird, alongside me here. Item number 6, obituaries and congratulations. As interim chair, and bearing in mind the procedural brevity of tonight's meeting, I don't intend to take obituaries or congratulations. Likewise, with question time at number 8, we won't be having a question time at tonight's meeting. However, we will recommence question time at the next council meeting in December. We, of course, as compelled by legislation, need to ask for declarations of any conflicts of interest, but I will request that the new mayor, he or she, actually call for those declarations once the councillors have been sworn in. In terms of speaking of swearing in, that brings me to item 9.1.1 on the agenda, which is the councillor oath of office and code of conduct declaration. The report is largely self-explanatory, but I will read the first 2 paragraphs of the report so that the gallery and the councillors understand what they're committing to tonight. The Local Government Act 1989 specifies that a person elected to be a councillor is not capable of acting as a councillor unless he or she has taken the oath of office according with the Evidence Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1958 and made a declaration stating that they have read and will abide by the councillor code of conduct. If a person elected to be a councillor does not take the oath of office or make the councillor code of conduct declaration as specified within 3 months after the day on which he or she was declared elected, the office of that councillor becomes vacant. The introduction of the requirement to sign the Code of Conduct is a reasonably new introduction due to legislative changes back in December of last year. and as you can see, the state government's seriousness about ensuring that that is complied with was very self-evident in local media a number of months, local and state media a number of months ago, where councillors that had refused to sign or neglected to sign the Code of Conduct were removed from office. The Code of Conduct has to be signed in my presence, and that is something that we will do tonight. So in short, for councillors to be able to act, there are 3 tasks. The first is the speaking of the oath of office, and that can be taken by way of an oath or an affirmation. And the second is signing to attest that that's what they have done. And the third is the signing of the declaration of the Code of Conduct in my presence. And we're going to conduct those formalities at the 2 tables in front of me. They'll take a little bit of time to do it. Ms. Green's going to take some photos as we go along for Facebook and other purposes. And yeah, we'll commence those procedures now. So if I could ask Councillor-elect John Forsyth to come forward.
This is the Councillor Oath of Office. I, John Forsyth, swear by Almighty God that I will undertake the duties of the office of Councillor in the best interest of the people in the municipal district of Alpine Shire, and faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1989 or any other act to the best of my skill and judgment. It's like getting married.
Congratulations, John. Indeed, yes. And I'll now call on Councillor-elect Ron Janis to come forward.
Councillor Oath of Office. I, Ron Janis, swear by Almighty God that I will undertake the duties of the office of Councillor in the best interests of the people in the municipal district of the Alpine Shire, and faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1989 or any other act to the best of my skill and judgment.
That's right. And you need to sign and date here. Well done. There you go. Excellent. I'll now call on Councillor-elect Tony Keeble to come forward and take the affirmation of office.
Thank you. Taking affirmation, I, Tony Keeble, solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that I will undertake the duties of the office of Councillor in the in the best interest of the people in the municipal district of the Alpine Shire, and faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1989 or any other act in the best of my skill and judgment. Thank you.
So here, sign here and date here. Sorry, liaison. And likewise here. Councillor-elect Kitty Knapstein to come forward.
I, Kitty Knapstein, swear by Almighty God that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the people in the municipal district of Alpine Shire, and faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1989 or any other act to the best of my skill and judgment.
Thanks, Kitty. So you need to sign the date here. And then I'll witness both of these. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Kitty. I shall now call on Councillor-elect Sarah Nicholas to come forward and take the oath of office by way of affirmation.
I'm taking the affirmation. I, Sarah Nicholas, solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the people in the municipal district of Alpine Shire, and faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1989 or any other act to the best of my skill and judgment.
Sarah, if you can sign and date here. I'll sign. Congratulations, Sarah.
Get a long hold up there.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. I will now call on Councillor-elect Darrell Pearce to come forward and take the oath of office by way of affirmation.
I, Darrell Pearce, solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the people in the municipal district of the Alpine Shire, and faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers and authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1989 or any other act to the best of my skill and judgment.
Sign and date here.
Thank you, Dave.
And likewise sign and date here. And I will witness both of those. Congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll call on Councillor-elect Peter Roper to take the oath of office by way of affirmation.
I, Peter Roper, solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the people in the municipal district of Alpine Shire, and faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 1989 or any other act to the best of my skill and judgment.
You need to sign here and date here. Likewise, you need to sign here and date here.
I'm normally tired, triple for 6. Exactly. I think that's funny and that's
Thank you, councillors, and welcome to a 4-year term. And I think we might just ask the gallery to give one final round of applause to the elected councillors. The next matter facing the new council is, of course, the election of the mayor, and a precursor to that is the setting of the mayoral term. Under the Local Government Act, you have the option to set the mayoral term for a duration of 1 year or 2 years. So I call upon a councillor for a motion in relation to the mayoral term.
I shall move that the mayoral election is 1 year.
Moved by Councillor Forsyth.
Second that.
Seconded by Councillor Nicholas. All in favour? Against? Carried. Having set the mayoral term at a duration of 1 year, the next task that I have to do before finally vacating the chair and allowing the mayor to take over is, of course, the election of the mayor. I call for a nomination to the position of mayor. Councillor Pearce?
I nominate Councillor Ron Janis.
Councillor Pearce nominates Councillor Ron Janis. Is there a second to that motion? Councillor John Forsyth seconds that motion. Councillor Janis, do you accept the nomination?
I do.
Can I call for any further nominations for the position of mayor? Any further nominations for the position of mayor? There being no further nominations for the position of mayor, I do not need to put this matter to the vote, and I'm happy to declare Councillor Janis has been elected as mayor of Alpine Shire for the next year. And we'll have a momentary moment of chair shuffling here. Thank you. We'll do that.
Well, mate, I am afraid of the way.
Just the election of the deputy mayor. So. Do you want to address the meeting? Yep, that's good. Yeah, call for
Just as a procedural matter, I call for any conflicts of interest for councillors as per item 7. There are none, thank you. Just in response to my election, so welcome to you, and thank you to my fellow councillors for having the faith in me to re-elect me as mayor for this 1 year term. It's a great team, and I welcome our 2 new members, Kitty and Sarah. And already the team has flagged a number of areas for the CEO to address into the future. I also want to acknowledge those candidates at our local election who showed initiative in standing for council. As a team, we look forward to constructively work with those people and with everybody in the Shire for the betterment of the whole of our Shire. So we will continue on with our business. I now call for the election of the Deputy Mayor, and we will first set the term of office for the Mayor.
So moved.
Yes, moved by Councillor Roper, seconded?
Yep.
We need to work out the term.
The term is 1 year to be aligned with that of the Mayor.
So the term is 1 year to be aligned with that of the Mayor. Councillor Roper put that forward, a seconder.
Yes.
Councillor Nicholas. All those in favour? Carried. And I now call for nominations for the Deputy Mayor.
I nominate Tony Keeble.
Councillor Keeble.
I second Tony Keeble.
Councillor Pearson seconds. Councillor Keeble, do you accept?
I accept.
Are there any further nominations for the role of Deputy Mayor? There are none, so the matter doesn't need to go to the vote. So I congratulate Councillor Keeble as the Deputy Mayor.
I might just also want to just acknowledge that the Deputy Mayor will be appointed acting Mayor in circumstances that are obvious in that section. So
just part of further to that recommendation, if I could just clarify that the Deputy Mayor be appointed the acting Mayor in circumstances outlined in section 73(3) of the Local Government Act 1989.
I moved.
Councillor Roper and Councillor Forsyth.
Actually, it should be held in the first recommendation, shouldn't it?
we missed it. We've moved those two separate motions.
Yeah.
Very good.
And then we go on to Charles.
So we'll just have to vote on that. So all those in favour? Carried.
So move on to this item here, item number 3.1. Single report for tonight.
We just have one report for the night, item 9.3.1, Director of Assets Charlie Bird.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The purpose of this report is to advise Council of the emergency situation as a result of the floods in September and October this year, and to seek an exemption from Council's procurement policy to reinstate campus infrastructure damaged by this event. So as you're aware, we sustained protracted rain events over the September and October, resulting in a number of road closures due to floodwaters and damaged infrastructure to roads, bridges, drainage. There was a lot of tree damage and general clean-up as well required. So it's imperative that Council acts quickly to reinstate the infrastructure damaged by this event, and delay in completing this work or reinstating this infrastructure presents a risk to public safety and further damage to the infrastructure. An initial assessment has been completed, and with the estimates of the repair works in the order of $1 million, and we've been in consultation with the representatives from the National Disaster Financial Assistance Fund, and we understand that of those damage works, just over $900,000 is claimable, just under $900,000 is claimable, with the remaining non-claimable. So it's imperative that Council acts quickly to reinstate these damaged assets, and in accordance with that, it's recommended that as a result of the emergency situation caused by the September-October 2016 floods, Council resolves in accordance with section 1865A of the Local Government Act 1989 that contracts be entered into for the following: general road and associated infrastructure repair, general drainage repair and replacement, general debris clean-up and vegetation removal, and authorise the Chief Executive Officer to negotiate with contractors for the necessary works to be undertaken, split contracts as required to enable reinstatement works to be completed, and enter into the necessary contracts and sign and seal relevant contract documents, and appoint a project manager to manage the infrastructure reinstatement program for the infrastructure damaged by the event.
So moved.
Councillor Rover, seconded. Councillor Keeble. Any comment? Councillor Keeble.
Thanks, Mr. Bird. The $895,000 claimable, when will the government pay that, or have they done that already? Is that going to be before the work or after the work?
You can? No? Okay. Through you, Mr. Mayor, Typically we get an advance payment for the works where we submit the claim, but certainly in terms of cash flow we are not generally substantially disadvantaged in this regard.
And if I could just add to that, we were in consultation with a representative from the fund a couple of weeks after the event, and we're well progressed down the application path, so there shouldn't be any delay for that.
Thank you.
Councillor Forsyth.
Thanks, Councillor Janus. Charlie, with just looking through the process here, estimated costs, you've got tree removal and tree works. What's the variation? What's the difference?
So in some cases where trees have been damaged, but they require works to protect the health of the tree and also want to minimise public safety risk as well. That's where the tree removal is when you remove
Actually take it away.
Fell a tree. Yes. Yep.
Thanks. Congratulations on getting it done so quickly too.
Any further comment? Take it to the vote. All those in favour? Is carried. Item number 10, Assembly of Council. There was none since our last meeting. Presentation of reports, item 11, by delegates. There are nil. General business. Yes, from my left, Councillor Pearce.
No, I have no.
Nil. Councillor Nicholas.
I have no general business tonight.
Councillor Roper.
No.
Councillor Feeble.
I would just like to congratulate all the councillors for being elected and congratulate all the candidates who ran for the election. It takes a little time and effort to do that, and in the next 4 years' time, it'd be great to see more of our ratepayers also putting up their hands if they so wish. And congratulations.
Councillor Epstein.
What he said.
I'll have some of that too. No general business. Keep it till December. Thank you.
Thank you. Motions for which notice have previously been given, there are nil. Reception and readings of petitions, there is one, I understand.
I'd like to table a petition from Colin Fraser in regards to the speed zones along Station Street, Port Bunker. If I can hand that to Charlie Bird.
Note that the petition has been now tabled.
And Mr Mayor, the process is we will prepare a response to that petition for the next council meeting.
Thank you. Look, before I go on to the last documents for sealing, item 15, it was remiss of me not to welcome our international visitors, Mr and Mrs Barry, who have come all the way here to show and tell to see how their son performs.
It's, the accommodation is good, I hope.
I think it's been a subject of some discussion in the chamber. So welcome to Australia and welcome to our meeting tonight. The last item for the meeting, documents for sealing, as we have them up there, Heather. I just So moved, Councillor Keeble. Councillor Napstone. Thank you. All those in favour? Carried. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the conclusion of our meeting tonight. It was a very short one, but nevertheless a very important one. We have provided some light refreshments in the rooms next door.
Yeah, next door.
Next door, and you are welcome to join us for those light refreshments and a mingle and a meet with our councillors So that's the advantage of coming to this meeting, and if you're on YouTube, well, you'll find a packet of biscuits in the fridge, I suppose. So good night, and thank you, and please join us.
Well done.
Thank you.